Drinking a little coffee all morning, working all morning, thinking all morning, buying shit all morning. Well, borrowing money from my parents so I could buy shit. I know, I'm a very lucky and privileged person. I get that. At least I'm doing something awesome with it. Whew. All right, so we are building vices. We have everything we need to build vices, including lots of aluminum. Yeah, it's sexy. And I'm working on work holding solutions. I know what I'm doing. I have the CAD done, may tweak slightly, but I have it done. I know exactly what I need to do for CAM, have not done it. I have material here. I have hardware, bolts, and some tight tolerance steel. It's gonna be super glued into this. I think super glue is gonna work, but it doesn't work. They're reversible, so we can machine the other sides and just machine in our parallels instead of trying to get steel parallels, get aluminum ones. They'll break down faster, but we have a backup option if it doesn't work. But I think the super glue is gonna hold it into these. Whichever one of these is the, I think this is the jaw right here. Is that the jaw? Maybe this is the jaw. I think this is the jaw right here. So there'll be a pocket machined into this, and in addition to all the holes and outside geometry for where the steel will go. I'm working on the work holding. I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna put a piece of MDF on top, and then I will cover. Oh, I need to get painter's tape. I will cover these guys in painter's tape and then super glue them down. I've used this method before. It works pretty good. I think it'll work. I'm not going to take crazy powerful cuts. I'm going to take light cuts because I just want to get it done. Don't have to get it done fast. I just want to get it done. I'll push other parts that I have huge material removal, like this kind of shit, or I'm doing like tons of material removal. I have to salvage this, by the way. First thing I'll hold with the vices is that guy. Good material removal. What was I saying? Oh, I don't have to go like crazy on that because I don't have that much material to remove. I'd rather take a little bit longer and not break off the work holding. So I'm a little tired of that happening to me and do that. So first one, op one, is just to face and clean these guys up. So I think I'm going to super glue down. I could clamp, but on something this long, because I could only clamp the ends. Maybe I'll put some clamps on too, just to make a little extra solid on there. Problem is that these guys fit almost immediately, like directly across here. So anyway, I'm gonna face them, and then I'll probably just use the super glue method and take a nice easy cut. And I'm gonna do all these guys at once. It's gonna be awesome. I may try setting up a 54, a 55, and a 56, G55, G54, G54, G55, and G56. Those are all work coordinate solutions, and so you can switch between them and you change your zero. So I may be able to do some of that too. I've never done that before, but I think I can do that. Yeah, so that's op one, and then they'll break them off. But then on op two is going to be more material removal, which means more heat, which means I have aluminum problem, or I have a heating problem, and then I have to cool it off with water, and then I have a water on MDF problem. I've had a lot of problems with that. So what I'm thinking of doing is I have this chunk of 6061 here, 1/4 inch. I was planning on using it to build the Iron Man suit. I can still use some of it, but I may chop it in half and use half of it to build a fixture, which would be like a sacrificial fixture that would allow me to do the same super glue method, but then hold it on something that won't expand when it gets wet, cause it to come off and ruin the part. I still have to be a little bit careful because it'll be tape under there, and if the tape, I imagine, gets really wet, it could potentially leak through. But that's what I'm thinking right now. I probably won't make any moves on that until tomorrow, especially because I gotta go to work in like 5 minutes. But that's what I'm thinking. I think that'll work. And hopefully I'll get this. Hopefully this will be a weekend project. Oh, I also took it and I made it. There was holes, alignment pins that go into the thing, right? We've talked about this on my old here. This is my first attempt on my vise, and here you can see these guys are machined in right here on the bottom to align into there. I still need alignment pins, but what I've done is now, because what I would have to do is flip it over, machine this top side, flip it over again, and then somehow hold a really complicated shape, and then machine in these guys. So to make it simpler, make it more of a one-op part, like I said, there's 2 ops, but the first op is just a facing pass, just to get everything nice and flat. But instead of doing this shit like that, I'm just gonna cut holes in from the top, and then I'm gonna press in pins. And then these pins right here, actually, cheap steel, I know. But it'll align it enough for my machine, plenty. And then those will go in, and then that's how I will do the alignment on these. That way I don't have to flip it over and make anything more complicated than it needs to be. Because I don't want anything more complicated than it needs to be. I want everything as Spartan and fast and utilitarian as possible. These are the best design vices for the fixture plate that I made, and they're gonna work, and I'm gonna make them as easy as possible, as fast as possible, and as cheap as possible.